Hey everyone, Irit here with another daily sketching video. I'm continuing my series. I hope you are all enjoying it. I hope you're having a nice summer. I think it's been weird for all of us. August is here. How weird is that? Okay, so let's talk about watercolors. I'm moving on to the greens in my palette, and I have 4 greens. I'm kind of ignoring my dark colors in my palette. I'm saving them for a separate category. So I decided to start with the bluest of my greens, which is Cascade green. This is a color by Daniel Smith. It is quite unique, and I'm pretty sure you could mix it. I don't know exactly which pigments are in it, but it has a beautiful granulation and separation where the base of it is kind of a turquoise color, and when it separates, when you let it flow and just play around with it, you can see that it's a great color. It's part of the Jean Haines Daniel Smith set, and I probably, because she included this color, I kind of rediscovered it, and it's just beautiful. If you like more bluish greens, that you can see now really the turquoise parts of it, you will love this. And the fun thing about having these kind of interesting colors is, on their own, they are, lovely and dimensional and interesting, but then when you start also mixing them with other colors, it's just kind of you just get these really fun mixes. So I'm using a lot of water. I want this to flow. And I also want to say, someone asked me if this paper buckles. So you can see I'm adding a lot of water. Okay, by the time that I'm kind of done with this, that green part is really saturated. The paper hardly buckles, which I have to say, I really haven't seen it. I feel like I should be working for Fabriano, or, I don't know, stealing their formula of this paper because it's, I don't know what to tell you. I think it's fantastic. It just does everything I want a paper to do, and for a sketchbook, it's just perfection. So every other sketchbook that I've tried for watercolors, the best ones, the Hanemühle ones and the Moleskine and Cuddy and Stillman and Byrne, which are all really great companies, the paper in their watercolor sketchbooks that is a bit thinner always buckles to some degree, and this one really doesn't. It's a miracle. It's miraculous paper. So anyway, I checked. I'm recording this August 3rd. I think this will be up later in the week, on Thursday probably. And I don't know what's going to happen to the stock of these journals at Cult Pens. You seem to have slowly emptied their stock, and it makes me happy that you managed to get this sketchbook. I only hope that you will love it as much as I do. These things are really kind of user dependent, so I don't want you to spend your money on something that you don't love, but I absolutely love this sketchbook. It's just perfect in my opinion. And I kind of, if this was the only sketchbook I had to use for watercolors forever, right now the way I'm feeling about it is that I would be perfectly okay with it. I wish they had also a landscape a format. I think that would be maybe better for when you want to do more landscapes or paint when you're traveling. But they only have kind of this size or this ratio in just different sizes. So Maybe if they see that it's popular, they will make more. I don't know. So this was kind of inspired, the composition here, or what I'm painting, was very inspired by Jean Haines. If you're familiar with her style and her books, then you'll probably recognize it. Also the color, choice of the Cascade green, which is a color that she enjoys. And then I really decided to kind of go minimal at this point and leave a lot of white space, but choose really bright colors. So I think I used, I want to say opera pink, maybe a little bit of bright rose, and then some Nicolazo yellow, which is just, the intense yellow that is a very pushy color, the Daniel Smith version at least. And I know when I sprinkled it into the green, it really spreads and kind of looks like, a ray of sunshine or a little bit of light put into those green areas. So now what I'm trying to do, I'm really trying to explore what kind of mixtures I can get with the colors I already have on my painting. And the Cascade green, one of the reasons that I like it is that it is a pretty deep color. It's not super dark, but you can see that when you use it in a concentrated ratio with very little water, it is quite dark. And that means that I can add some pink to it, and you can see I get these really interesting dark colors, so I can add more detail. And mixing, I mixed opera pink and quinacridone rose. It's actually not bright rose, and I know why I chose quinacridone rose, because quinacridone rose is a little bit warmer than bright rose. Bright rose is more kind of a little bit more of a bluish pink, and quinacridone rose is warmer, and that makes it further away on the color wheel from Cascade green. If you mix Cascade green with bright rose, then you'll get more of a purple, and I kind of wanted colors that could neutralize each other more. But the the quinacridone rose, it's still not completely neutralizing it, but it just gives me a little bit more variation and just a little bit more neutral colors. So this is also an opportunity to explore those mixes, and then you can always add just a bit of yellow to make it a bit more neutral. So I really find it helpful, interesting, and educational to explore the different mixes you can get from the colors you've already used before adding new colors. And I really encourage you to do the same. It's great for, improving your color theory and color mixing toolbox and knowledge. And also it will help you create unique mixes. And for me, color is so important. And I think one of the things that I love most about my own artwork and other artists' artwork is to see those interesting colors and kind of go, oh, how did they get to that magical particular shade? And one person that really inspired me to be more free with my color mixing is Wendy Brightbill. I mentioned, I think a bird just flew into my window. There was a thump. I mentioned her in the past. She doesn't do a lot of watercolors. She does sometimes, but she's really more into mixed media. And she has actually a particular course that I took, I think 2 summers ago, that is focused on color. Now, I have to say I couldn't keep up with that course, but she does do a lot of color mixing. I usually need some sort of practical, how do you call, what's the word that I'm looking for? Usage. No, there's a prettier word for that. Wait, I'm going to ask Google. Okay, I think I meant application. I need to see these things actually used. So something like color mixing and exploring different color mixes. I need to see how to use it in one's art. And I think that was a little bit what I was missing from that particular course of hers. So I really enjoy more the ones where she creates just finished or almost finished pieces of artwork. And her color mixing really, really inspired me to be more adventurous with my own. Probably, I think she does most of the color mixing in oils and acrylics. But that's the great thing about good instructors and good courses, that you can take something and use it your own way. So I just wanted to mention her because she was a big influence on the way that I mix my watercolors. And I think that we don't see a lot of that in the more kind of classical watercolorists' instructions. So yeah. Okay, one last thing. I'm trying to show you all of the sparkly stuff going on here. Where are my words? I used this electrical blue from Daniel Smith. I picked up this color. It was a bit of impulsive buy. I'm not sure. I'm trying to show it to you now in different lighting. So this is near my window. Just so you can see how beautiful it is when the light hits it. And then again, that copper color from Rachel Beth that I mentioned in the previous video, yesterday's video. I think they add such beautiful sparkle, and I loved making this. I hope you enjoyed it. See you soon. Bye.